Hi Taurus, welcome to your June 2017 Love Tarot reading for single people. It's Rena here. So this is a new feature that I'm test driving out, if that's correct grammar, and we'll see how it goes. I had to start over again, so I just put I don't even remember what card it was, but I put it back in the deck because just even without thinking, because I wanted to start over, so just full disclosure. And I'm shuffling as we speak. I've been having, I should put them over here because I do not want to touch my camera. I just got it where I wanted it. So far, so good, you guys. All right. Put these over to the side. Okay. So, the overall theme is the Chariot card, which is actually a very positive card that relates to a victory of sorts in a singles context. This could be just in your general life. Maybe you're having a lot of career success. But this is also connected to the sign of Cancer. So if you've met a Cancer, and if you're watching in May, this may be something in the future. It could be the theme of the month of June. Of course, we are going into Cancer in June at the end of the month, so that could also be a timing issue. But you see that the person has the hold of the reins of the horse, and this is symbolizing having focus in your life. It can be in somebody's love life. If you're looking for a partner, it may mean that you're being very picky, that you're not going to just go this way or that way and be very open to anything, that you have a very clear purpose in mind. And for sure, when a Taurus person puts their mind on something, they certainly can be like what the Chariot represents, because you can have, single-mindedness when you want to. You're a fixed sign, so you can fixate on things. And sometimes this can be to your detriment if you obsess over, let's say, a person that maybe a past relationship that didn't work out, that can keep you stuck. But on the flip side, it can be wonderful when you're trying to manifest that perfect partner. In the past, we have the Ten of Cups. This is a card of marriage. This is a card of family. I would say in the past tense, some of you may have even gone to a wedding where you met somebody. Again, this could be something in the future. All of these, cards do not assume that it's this strict chronology. It doesn't have to be. It could be, I look at it as highly symbolic, maybe of a certain period of time in your life, but not necessarily corresponding rigidly to a certain period. So I think that's sometimes where we get all mixed up, is that we get too caught up in, oh, is it this, when is it going to happen? But it's a positive thing from the past, so it's not anything like a betrayal or anything along those lines. It may speak to a Cancer individual, because Cancers are water signs and Cups are water signs. Again, a lot of people think that this has to be a sun sign person. It doesn't. It could be the moon or the rising sign, where you see this in them, but it's not necessarily their sun sign. But this could be somebody who you can bring home to mother. This could be somebody who is more traditional. The number 10 relates to a traditional type of a person. I would say, because the 10th house is Capricorn, so maybe the person has Capricorn and Cancer in their astrological mix. But yeah, I mean, it's something in the past that is beautiful. It's not negative. So perhaps even as you're watching this, you have met somebody. And the current energy is the Knight of Cups, and there's another Cups. So this is a card that the Page of Cups is connected to Pisces. I don't know about the Knight of Cups, but it is a water energy. Scorpio and Cancer are the other water signs besides Pisces. The quintessential, or quintessential, I always say quintessential, you know, knight in shining armor, artist type, that type of person. That might be who you are dealing with. And that person is someone who maybe sweeps you off your feet, is very sensitive. And if you've had a past where you had somebody who didn't treat you like this, it can be a breath of fresh air, actually. The higher message is the Ace of Swords. So this is a new beginning in general for you, Taurus. You've recently had a new moon in your sign, a solar return. And you, for those who are single, this could be a new way of thinking. Swords can relate to your thoughts. And so you might, you know, be totally into looking at your love life in a whole new way. And that's when I mentioned the Chariot. It's along those same lines of having this, how can I put it? Maybe it's even philosophical, but this could be based upon the person that you have met. And that person has inspired you. And it's very important, I think, about how somebody rubs off on you, because just like somebody can be a negative influence and they can bring you down, people can really lift you up. And it's not that somebody can save you from yourself, can make you into something that you never have been, and that they create you, you know, on any level. But what they're doing, when you find that partner who really gets you, what they're doing is they're mirroring back to you your worthiness, the light within you that may be obscured somehow. And that's really all that they can do, but it's everything. It really is. And so I wish that for you, if that's something that has been lacking in your life so far, I hope that you find somebody like this, because it will really put you on a new path, like the Ace of Swords. And also, the Ace of Swords is about seeing things very clearly. And perhaps in the past, you were misled by other people in terms of what relationships were all about. And now you have a much clearer vision, and that allows you, and this could be because of another person's positive influence on you. What crosses you is the King of Pentacles. In general, knowing that you are an earth sign, and that this card in the challenged position is a card of crass materialism, I would say that this is your shadow, and you want to be careful about any tendencies in this direction. In addition to being too covetous for material possessions and money in general, that could, the pentacles also relate to the body. So sexuality, being too lustful instead of tuning into a person's soul. Because you may have a wonderful relationship on your hands, and if you emphasize the physical side, you know, Venus and Mars, those are two planets that travel together related to love and sex, you know, and Mars is the sex drive, and Venus is the love nature. And you're ruled by Venus, you know, you're not ruled by Mars, that's Aries. But if you get involved with that side of yourself, the earthy side, which is fine, it's natural, but if you overemphasize it, then that's when things go south. And that can also be in terms of having the relationship be like, if this is important also for Taurus, is not to attract a person who is overly interested in this as well, because that's a red flag for you that you have a grifter on your hands, and that's something that you might be vulnerable to because you are thinking in those terms. So, you know, like attracts like. If you're constantly thinking of your I was going to say your bling. I know that sounds corny, but all of your luxury items. And I'm laughing because, yeah, you know, we're not all in the same economic state, but even if you don't have a lot of things, you may still be aspiring to that, and that's fine to a certain point. Obviously, then it just becomes very worldly, and you tend to attract the same, and the relationship will devolve into this, you know, kind of a lower level thing. And you want the soulmate. You know, the two cards on the top that flank the Chariot are cups, and that's more of the soul level, or the spiritual, the emotional. Okay, and sure enough, we got another cups, and this is either advice or what's coming in. I'm thinking more of what is coming in the near future. Nine of Cups, wishes fulfilled. Another great omen. It seems to me I very often get the 9 and 10 of Cups in the same reading. And I shouldn't be too surprised in a love reading, because this is wishes fulfilled. But because it's Cups, it's on the emotional level. So it makes you feel really good because you feel emotionally fulfilled. But it also does connect to prosperity. And so there's the 10 of Cups. So these cards are about having it all, really. And they often talk about the person's smug demeanor. You know, the person's kind of, it's almost like gloating because you have it so good. So if you're in love with somebody, especially if they're a water sign individual, it's like you're on cloud 9. But you have to make sure that you don't come across to other people as a little bit like the cat that got the cream. That's the Britishism of the cat that got the canary, but I don't like to see birds be, you know, gotten. So I'm using that version. And it's a very positive card for the minor arcana, one of the best. So, I mean, you have a lot of wonderful cards here. The outcome is the Page of Swords. So this is about, I think this is really good actually, because it's like you're not letting down your guard. You're being very vigilant about what is happening around you. I take this as an extension of this spiritual message of the Ace of Swords, and even the Chariot card, because that's about controlling your thoughts. This is about, you know, staying on top of things, making sure if you're with somebody new that you're not just being naive, that you are really watching and seeing, watching and waiting to see if this person is the real deal. And it could very well be, because you have a lot of good energy around you, but it doesn't hurt to keep your wits about you either. So I hope you enjoyed this, Taurus. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a very romantic June. Bye.